Hello, we are on the air now. This is very exciting.
This is extremely exciting.
I'm very yellow because
Okay.
I can't figure out my white balance. I'm blaming the CFL bulbs. I think that's probably what it is.
That's weird. I have CFL bulbs in this light, and it's making me less yellow. Maybe it's your apartment beige walls.
Yeah, it could very well be that.
Okay.
I would believe that. Okay, so I guess introing is probably in order.
Probably.
Do you want to do that? Do you want me to do that?
Sure. So welcome to the Redefining Footnotes podcast with, I'm Liz.
I'm Janine.
And we've known each other since college. So that was, what, 7 years ago?
Oh God, yeah. I think we only met in sophomore year.
So
though.
6 years.
Yeah, long
We've
time.
known each other for 6 years.
That's like a quarter of my life.
It's a long time.
That's a long time.
It's like just over a fifth.
Yeah, but I haven't gotten to the 26 yet.
Right, but
I'm pretending I'm 24 still, Liz. Give me my age. I really wish that helped. If that helped anything.
So this is our first episode, so you can tell we're still trying to figure this out. Before we decided to do this podcast, we had done vlogging and a collab channel.
Back in the earlier days of YouTube, before everybody made shit tons of money and most people just had fun.
Yeah. I feel like a good amount of people still just have fun.
Yeah. It's just become way more mainstream than it was.
And we also realized that wasn't like our scene anymore.
Yeah.
As much as we wanted to do it and love to do it, it's just not our scene.
I still do stuff occasionally. I did a science video like 5 months ago, but it's different stuff than we were doing.
Definitely. So we decided to start this podcast because we both enjoy crafting and nerdy things. And we figured, why not? Because we don't usually get to talk very often. So if we set a time and day and make a schedule to keep to for the podcast, then we'll actually get to talk.
Yes, I like that.
Yes.
I like that a lot.
So our name comes as I said earlier, Redefining Footnotes. We were brainstorming for a good 2 hours on a name.
Lots of pages worth of brainstorming.
And we decided we really liked the word footnotes, and we realized that throughout history, women have been footnotes to it. And since in our fields and in our lives, a lot of the time we are ourselves redefining what people think of as either an engineering, someone who works in construction, or
I blow up stuff on stage for money. So
I mean, but you're also you studied to be an astrophysicist.
Yeah. No. I am what kids think of as a scientist for a good portion of their life. So
yeah.
Our entire department though is like all blonde chicks. It's hilarious.
That's wonderful. But we also love to knit, and Janine crochets a little bit, and I quilt and sew, and Janine sews, and so like we do a lot of traditional feminine gender stereotypic things as well as being in male-dominated fields. So that's where we came up with our name, because as much as we are going to be talking about crafting, we're also going to be talking about other things. Like if there's something at work that's really bugging us, you'll hear about it.
Absolutely.
Or if like we've read an amazing book or watched an amazing movie, you'll hear about that. So I guess we should just jump right on in.
Yes, which brings us to the first segment. I forgot what the fancy word was for it.
I have it. I have a notebook for the podcast. It's great.
Yes.
In our project bags.
Yes. So what's in your project bag? What are you working on?
So currently I'm working on, hold on, I have to get to it. I have my project bag down here next to me. So last night I went over to a friend's house, which is like legitimately probably 5 blocks
You
away.
have ticket to ride Europe. I'm sorry. I'm easily distracted.
Yes, I do, darling. And if you come up
Wonderful.
here, maybe we can play it sometime.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm making a reflected lines cardigan.
Ooh.
And it's out of hedgehog fibers, DK. And the blue is it's a blue variegated. It's like super variegated, but it's not showing up well on the camera. It's called Peacock. And then you stripe it down into, this is called Hunter, and it's actually their fingering weight held double. And then from the green, it's going to go to a purple called Spell, which is also going to be a fingering weight held double. I got a lot of progress done on that, but I had a lot of issues with it, so that'll be in a later segment. Do you have anything that you're working on?
I am working on a couple things, but like my one that I'm carrying around at the moment is a cardigan. The pattern is from Knit. It's one of the knitting magazines. Knit Scene.
Okay.
Well, probably a year and a half, 2 years ago now. It's this pattern.
Oh, you're still is that the?
Yeah, it's the one that I bought the yarn for when you were in London. And so it's even longer than that. It's like 2 years now. Oh gosh. And I am on the second sleeve of 2.
It's so pretty.
Yeah. So I got this cuff is completely done. So this sleeve is completely done. The middle's done. The bottom's done. I have like maybe an inch more in the gray, and then I have to switch to the blue.
Okay.
And then I have to do this part here all in that darker blue. But it might end up not all being in the darker blue. It might be part in the lighter blue, because some of the darker blue is still in London, and I don't know how patient I am, or how much I have, or how much I need. So that is that project. And then my project that I'm working on for this,
because I have another one. I have a few projects I've been working on.
So my other one is a project roughly for work, but it's for my workspace. Will you stop being horrible colors? Ooh. I'm doing coffee filter flowers.
Oh.
So I've already made some of them, but we have a cute robot friend, and it is making a Valentine's card thing for our members to see. And I want to make lots of paper flowers, because I think a robot would give paper flowers, because it wouldn't understand that they're different from real flowers.
I like it. Well, my other big so the sweater is one of my big projects, and my other big project is my All the Shades of Truth shawl in blues. I'm up to section 2 and the second color of section 2. But it's this part is tedious just because it's 280 stitches, and it's all garter stitch, and I have to do 27 ridges.
Wow, that's a lot.
I might be watching a lot of TV tonight and just trying to get that thing done. And then I'm so mad at myself. I frogged a shawl last night, and I should have shown it to you guys, but it's out of and that's all in shades of blue and a gray from Neighborhood Fiber Co., which is based out of DC, or not DC, Baltimore. And I picked 4 shades of blue and a gray so that it was Villanova colors, because Janine and I both went to Villanova.
Wonderful.
I repping my school in super chill ways. But moving on to what I frogged, because I couldn't stand the pattern and the yarn combo, I frogged a shawl in this. It's called Bats in the Belfry.
Oh, I feel like I saw this. Is it a Batman yarn?
No, it's a purple, blue, black, and yellow. Her Batman. No, her Batman, she has a Batman one, and that one's more grays and black and yellow.
It seems like old school Batman colors. I'm just going to pretend in my head that that's what it is until I find out what it actually is.
And then I started the second sleeve for my grandfather's sweater.
Yay!
My mother and I are knitting her father a sweater to replace a sweater my mother knit her father in high school. So I knit one
Wonderful.
before Christmas. I don't know. Yeah, you can see there. You can see the
Oh, wow.
It's so addictive, but it's so tedious. So my mom is doing the body of the sweater and I'm doing the sleeves, and she's almost done with the body, and I, as you can see, have a sleeve left. So hopefully that'll...
When you have lots of projects.
Yes, I do. I mean, but you know me, I keep moving and I get bored, or I just...
Oh, no, I like that you have lots of projects. I have lots of projects, but none of them get finished. You have lots of projects, but they all get finished.
Yeah, well, I'm stubborn.
I know, I love it.
Aw. So that's what I've been working on. Do you mind? So you have the paper flowers on the cardigan?
And then like I've got my work project. So this coming up month is a engineering STEM month. Oh, I should have taken pictures of my project. So like I have to come up with demos for that. And the current month is heart health. So I did some heart health related demos. And our workshop for February is automata. Are you familiar with automata? Do you know what they are? Okay, so basically they are like an application of simple machines, but they're cams. So cams turn rotational motion into linear motion, or linear motion into rotational motion. Yep. So you like turn the lever and then you have another cam riding on top of those, and it spins or it goes up and down or whatever you make it do. So I made like a paper, cardboard Valentine envelope with lots of hearts all around it and little letters, and then the thing that spins is a heart in the middle of it. So I should have taken pictures.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the main projects I'm working on. I have another cardigan I've been working on since last November, but I haven't worked on it in probably 10 months. So I did the pattern wrong, so I'm kind of like, I've gone too far in it to frog it. But I'm kind of a little bitter about it. So plus it was really hot, and then I didn't want to work on a sweater, and then I didn't have time because I was working every day. Yeah. For a long time.
Yep. So then next is what we've deemed to call Tell Me It Looks Pretty, which is things we've finished. And I haven't finished anything totally recently, but I did finally put the buttons on the baby sweater.
Oh, so cute.
Sorry, I'm really proud of it because it looks so cute. I decided I need to knit all of the tiny sweaters because they go so much faster than regular people's sweaters.
Yes. Yes, and then when all of the tiny people need sweaters, they will have the best sweaters of all of the children.
Exactly. I have my one coworker just announced she's pregnant. Yeah, and she's totally knit worthy. Like I knit her a 2-color shawl, and okay, also she wears a kind of like not a shawl I would ever wear, and you know me, if it's a shawl, I'll wear it. Except not. And she wears it because a family member knit it, and it's warm, and New York winters you kind of need warm. But it's obviously something you wear because you love the person who made it.
What kind of colors are we talking here?
Oh, like brown. Like gross brown, not even like a rich, beautiful brown.
No chocolate, no coffee, no espresso, just bleh.
Yeah. So she wears that. And then I was in a car accident in March, so almost a year ago now. And she came to the hospital to pick me up to then take me home, which was super sweet. And I adore her for it. Because my parents were out of town, yada, yada, yada. So I decided to knit her a shawl. And I knit her a fingering weight shawl, 2-color, slip stitch design. It's gorgeous. And of course, I didn't take any photos of it because I was working in the same office as her at the time. Right. So I didn't want to like be tempted to show her because I already had shown her the colors to make sure she actually liked them.
Yeah.
And so I don't have any photos of it, and she hasn't worn it with the winter. She wore it, like I gave it to her in like September or October, and she had like 3 or 4 weddings to go to after that, and she wore it to like every one. She's kept telling me.
Wonderful.
And then
How old is she?
actually,
Is she like 30s, 40s?
30s. Yeah, she just turned 30. Yeah, and she has a daughter who's 5, and so I made her daughter a hat and a pair of mitts with a
Oh yeah, I saw those.
yeah, and so it was really cute because I got a picture a few days ago, or about 2 weeks ago now, of her daughter in the hat, and her daughter hates wearing hats.
Yay.
And it, like, apparently she walked around in it for like 5, 10, 15 minutes, and I was like, oh my god, this is the best. So
that's wonderful.
she's pregnant, so I'm thinking I'm gonna be knitting a good amount. I'm at least gonna make like probably a set of things for like when the baby's like 18 months old is what I'm gonna shoot for, because the baby's due in like July or August. And I don't want to do stuff for like 3 months where the winter will be.
Yeah.
But she's gonna get a lot of little things, I feel like.
Yeah, everybody always gets lots of little stuff.
Yeah.
To give them stuff for later on.
Yeah, so we have a team building dinner next Monday. Sorry, we're recording this on Friday, the 5th of February. I don't know when we're gonna post this. Probably soon.
Hopefully.
But just so that we know what day it is for reference. Oh my goodness, I just got a Charlie horse. Ow.
No bueno.
Ow. So we're having a team building dinner on next Monday, and she's going to be there. So I'm going to see if she knows, or if I think she wants to know, but like to see if she knows what she's having. Either way, I don't think she'll mind if I like make her a blue sweater and she has a girl.
Yeah.
I mean,
gendering colors is stupid.
I agree. I mean, when my cousin, when his wife was having twins, it's a boy and girl twin. I made them purple and green.
Oh yeah, I saw the aviatrixes, right?
Yeah. I made them, and I did make them slightly gendered because they were gendering like their like stuff. But I was like, I'm not doing blue and pink. It's just not happening. It also helps that their dad is a super Ravens fan. So when he saw all the purple and gray stuff, he was like, yo!
Yeah.
That was cool.
Wonderful.
So yeah, so then, so have you finished anything recently, like at work or anything?
Yeah, I did the automata. I finished.
Right.
And then I have, I haven't really finished much else. I have made a lot of paper flowers, but they're all sitting above my desk.
Oh.
I'm like, I made blood. There was a really cute Pinterest thing for how to make like a tactile blood thing. So I made, it's with water beads and ping pong balls and like foam pieces for the
platelets.
Yeah, exactly. So the foam pieces are the platelets and the ping pong balls are the white blood cells, and then the water beads are red
blood cells. Very cool.
It's really fun to play with. I really like it. But now I'm like figuring out what I'm gonna do for next month for the tech stuff, and I'm leaning towards a couple ideas, but I only really just started on it today.
So next we have Flubbed It, which is when we talk about, well, traditionally in like the Knit More Girls and in Downsetter Studios and a few of the other podcasts, they call it When Knitting Attacks. But we figured we could talk about any project or anything recently that has gone absolutely foobar. And no, I'm not going to tell you what that means if you don't know what it means. Because we're going to try and keep this podcast clean. And anyone who knows us is going to laugh at that.
Wonderful.
So what recently has been giving me problems is that I started this sweater, and I realized you start the stripes right under the armhole. And I was like, but then you only... like, that doesn't make sense for a cardigan for the size that I want, for the length that I want. So I then look at the schematic, and it wants 13 inches from the bottom of the armhole to the hem. And I was like, I'm sorry, I do 15. Like,
yeah. My torso is long.
Yeah, well, it's not so much my like it's just that like everything is like my body's just weird. But that's why I make clothes. And that's why we have tailors. So what I decided to do, because it's like the Harvest cardigan where it has the garter stitch at the bottom. I decided instead of extending that for 2 inches, I figured out that I needed to extend the stockinette by about 16 rows. And so I looked at the color repeat pattern, and I figured out that if I add 2 rows to the decreasing color pattern, like to the decreasing color, like how the blue fades into the green, they're supposed to be even. Like this is supposed to be 2 stripes. I'm going to add 2 more. And this is supposed to be 2 stripes. And then it's supposed to be like 6 stripes and 6 stripes and 5. So what instead I did, well, it's supposed to go, it's supposed to go in an incremental fashion. I added 2 to each of the blue for right now. And then when I add the purple, the green is going to have the 2 additional.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. And it doesn't really change it much, but it makes it enough that like it'll change the length enough for me to feel comfortable wearing it, because the hem has an asymmetric design, and I've decided I'm not going to do that because I haven't decided if I want to put a zipper in it or if I want to just have a shawl pin type of closure. And if I decide to do the zipper, then I want even bottoms. Yeah. Also, because I like asymmetry in almost everything but my sweaters, unless it's like the patterning.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I mean, you can't tell because my hair looks a mess, hence the hat, but I have super asymmetric hair.
It's wonderful.
But yeah, so that's, oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
Nice.
I wish colors were real colors instead of like just weird yellow
It looks like
colors.
it's like a tea rosy pink.
Yeah.
Yellow.
Yeah. Okay, so close enough then.
Yeah. It's really pretty.
Yes.
And then what else? Oh, and then the shawl that I frogged because it didn't really flub. It just wasn't working for me.
I finally gave up on something today that I've been working on for like 3 weeks. I was trying to make a like pump model of the heart. So the idea was that like, you know, those little containers you can get for like side dressings. They're like this big and they have little things on top. So I was going to turn each of those into like the right side of the heart and the left side of the heart, and then put balloons over the top so that they act like what do you call that? Diaphragms. So then you can push on one and the blood flows one way and push on the other and the blood flows the other way. And I wanted to put valves in it, and like all of the stuff online that was talking about it was using either balloons and then gravity for the valves, and then that sort of works, but it's like, well, that doesn't really show what I want to show. So I spent like way too long, like 3 different types of, maybe even more, 4 different types of valves. I tried. Some of the people were using like binder clips, and then like, so it starts and then goes, but the tubing that I had has too much resistance for a small amount of clamp to keep it closed. And if you make it strong enough for it to stay closed, then it can't open with the amount of flow. So I finally just was like, no, it's fine. It's just, you're going to hit this thing and stuff is going to go and kids will have fun squishing the thing, and fine.
Well,
moved on. I did. I made 2 different types of ball valves. I like made one myself, and then
why am I not surprised?
And then it didn't really work. So then I made one So then I was using the clamps, and then I like took apart clothespins to use the springs for that, to try those for the clamps, and those didn't really work. And then I took apart a soap thing. That was originally what I'd seen that the ball valves from. Was it somebody had taken apart their like pump soap thing, and that was like sort of okay, except for it's just leaks everywhere because I need wire cutters at work. I need to buy like nice wire cutters, and that because we have wire cutters, but I have to go over to exhibits, and then everything was like sealed with hot glue instead of sealant, and then it was sharp, and it was time.
Well, you have fixed it. It is going to be wonderful. The kids are going to love it.
Yeah, they don't really care. They will squeeze the thing. And in the meantime, while I was doing that, I found a really cool demo that like makes an X in a tennis ball, and then that's a valve. So when you squeeze it, the X opens. But when you let go, it's just there, and you can like put water in it and throw it around, and the water doesn't come out. It's pretty great.
Nice. So next we have what we're doing and where we're going.
Yes. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's probably mostly me. So I'm going to Pittsburgh.
Ooh, exciting.
Yes, very exciting. So I don't know exactly what we're going to be doing, but it'll be fun. So.
You should go to the Zip District and get ostrich burgers, and you should go to Baldwinger's. I'm not sure how you say it. If you look it up on the internet, you'll find it. Sweet shop, and it's like this massive penny candy shop.
Okay. I do know that I have requested to go see Deadpool, so I'm hoping.
Well, that's what I want to do for Valentine's Day.
Yo, that's just what I want to do that weekend in general.
Well, I mean, I wanted to see it in the first place, but like that is what I want to do.
Yeah, no, seriously.
It looks fantastic.
It does. I'm so excited about it. So, and then I think, I mean, we'll probably talk again in about 2 weeks. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out the schedule. But at the end of the month, I'm going to go down to Philly. Yeah, so I'm going to see a bunch of our college friends.
Yay!
That'll be fun. Yeah.
Jealous. Someday I'll have enough disposable income that will be a reasonable thing for me to do in my life.
Yeah, or you just get a job in like DC or Philly or New York.
Yes. But the thing is like I would like that, and down the line, I think that's definitely in the cards for me. I actually am really enjoying what my responsibilities are at work and my team and stuff. So it'll be a little while. Eventually.
So when you're ready to like move on and stuff, you can think further north.
Yeah. Or maybe west. I do like California.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, Cali, we can come visit. That'll be just as good. We can go to the Napa Valley. That's fine with me.
No, that's where my brother lived near the Napa Valley. He went out there all the time.
I don't know if we mentioned this, but I live in New York, and Janine lives down in Orlando.
So you could come visit me and visit Harry Potter World. That's like the closest I get to London these days.
Girl, this is like definitely in the cards.
Maybe next year. Or maybe like later in this year.
Yeah. Maybe like September or October.
Yeah, those are good times to be there. October is especially good times to be.
Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll talk. So I guess next is what we're reading and listening.
Yes.
Mostly listening. Listening is like podcasts and like audiobooks because I don't get a lot of actual reading done now that
neither do I. I am currently listening to on Audible, which I'm addicted to. What am I listening to? I was like listening to it in the car and I can't even remember the name. Oh, Outlander. Which I feel like it's been long enough for me to be reading it, so I should listen to it. And I like it because it's really long, so I've got it for a while because I only get one book a month. So
right.
And I just finished Magicians by Lev Grossman because I started watching the show and I was like, this show is really cool. I want to read the book that this is based on. and the book and the show are very different. It's like they took the characters and the general theming and some of the events and then just like completely threw a lot of the rest of it out. But I enjoyed it. It was like adult Narnia with less fun things in it.
Interesting. I'll have to check it out.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
I'm trying to listen to City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare.
Yes.
I love her world. I know that it came out of fan fiction of Harry Potter. I don't really give a damn. I don't. Because she's created a wonderful world. And yes, she came out of fan fiction, but you know what? If that's what sparked her imagination, that's what sparked her imagination.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's nothing like some of the other things that have come out of fan fiction. Cough, cough, cough. We're not subtle at all. And so I'm trying to get through that, mostly because I know what happens because I've read the wiki page, because I'm just like, I'm not someone who can stop reading a series, which is part of my problem.
Yeah.
But I am driving out to Pittsburgh, so I'm thinking I have 12 hours that I'm going to be driving.
That seems like you should be able to get that done. Knock that out of the park.
Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm going to go and get it from the library on CD. Because I have it on a digital download thing. But if I have it on CD, then it plays through the car better, and I don't waste my phone battery and stuff.
And it doesn't go click, 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 click. Or is that just me? Is that just my tape deck? My tape deck, whenever, because I have a tape deck converter because I have an old car.
Oh, mine was Bluetooth.
Yeah, no, I have an old car. I have my grandmother's car.
I had that for a while.
It's pretty solid, but it does make a click, 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 click noise, and it's pretty horrific. Yeah. My like goal of this month is to get all of my like driver's license and switching over addresses stuff, because like I didn't bother to do it when I wasn't full time.
Right.
And on that list is getting a library card, but I have to have a like proof of residency before I can get that, and I figured I'd just wait till I get my driver's license, because that's good proof.
Yeah.
That I live in Florida.
Yeah. So that's what I'm listening to. I'm also listening to a bunch of podcasts. I listen to the John and Hank Green one, which is always amusing. And then there's one called the Brain Candy Podcast, which is interesting. It's done by two women who were on MTV The Challenge. One was on Road Rules and one was on The Real World like years ago. And you'll learn that The Challenge is one of my guiltiest pleasures in life.
I watch The Bachelor.
Yeah, it's
and Dance Moms.
Yeah, exactly. So when I found out that one of the girls, Sarah, was doing the podcast, I was like, oh my goodness, yes, I have to listen. And it's really interesting. And like they talk about really interesting topics, and they come at
what kind of a genre are they?
Well, Sarah's is going for her master's in psychology and like family therapy or something like that. And Susie has her PhD in cult and religious something.
Very educated people for having been on an MTV show.
Yes, exactly.
No, not expected.
No, like Sarah's thing on the challenges is that like she started bringing in the quote unquote contraband of crossword puzzles. Oh yeah. And they finally like stopped trying to ban it from her, but now she's the only one allowed to really do them because it's part of her like character on the show.
That's hilarious.
Pretty great. So yeah, so that's what I'm listening to. Oh, I'm also listening to, what was I listening to today on the subway? Bowery Boys. It's a history of New York.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that's good. And then I have a whole bunch of knitting podcasts, if you couldn't tell. So
wonderful.
Girls, Down Cellar Studios, Knit One Geek 2. And I also listen to Knit Circus, but I usually listen to that with my mom, so I'm like 2.5 months behind.
Yeah.
But
I haven't, like, I like podcasts, but I always forget about them in, like, my daily life. And I should get some more, like, sciencey tech, SciComm stuff. I was listening to last night, actually, one of the Neil deGrasse Tyson Star Talk radio. The one that he's got bits from Alan Rickman in it, because I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
That's from January. And it was Alan talking about his physics final, and like when he was like 16 and they were determining what A levels they were going to take, and he got a 4 out of 100. So he did not do physics.
No, I'd say not.
No.
So that's what we're reading / listening to. And then are you watching anything interesting?
Girl, I'm watching everything. Watching all of the interesting things. I watched so many things I can't even remember what I'm watching. Let's see, what have I been watching mostly lately? Supergirl, really, really, really loving Supergirl, but I've always loved Supergirl.
I missed the first 2 episodes, and I haven't been able to catch up.
No, you just gotta sit down and do it.
I know, but I need to buy them now because they're not on
on CBS.
They might be. Oh no, CBS starts to say you can't watch them if they're 5 out already. Yeah, it's weird.
Even if you have the login stuff.
I don't have the login stuff.
I thought you had cable.
I have regular cable, so
that's on regular cable. I feel like
we'll see. I have to figure it out with my new cable.
Let me know if you can't, because I got the hookups.
I know. I'll let you know.
What else have I been watching? I've been watching The Expanse with the boy, and that's interesting. I am kind of reserving judgment for it, so I'm only actually quite a lot of. So it's like the new science fiction show. A lot of people are like, this is better than, this is the best thing since Battlestar Galactica, and everybody watch it because you don't want it to die. And it's interesting. The premise is that civilization has gotten to the point where we're basically inhabiting the entire solar system, and we mine the rings around planets for water, and then that gets put in space stations. So there's space stations on Eris and minor planets and that kind of thing. So the Earth basically owns the stuff in the rings, like the belters, the people who do asteroid belt mining stuff. But then the belters are the impoverished class, and then also there's Mars, which is a military power, and Mars hates the Earth, and it's all it sounds
like Battlestar crossed with Firefly.
Yeah, it's
okay. What channel is it on?
It's on Sci-Fi, but you can watch all of it online right now.
I can't get into Sci-Fi.
Online?
Yeah, because I don't get Sci-Fi on my TV.
Girl, we'll just hook you up. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later.
We'll talk about it offline. In the superhero vein, they're so pretty. I currently am not watching Arrow because I didn't want to watch.
Oh, have you seen the spin-off of Arrow though?
Yes.
The new one?
Yes.
So, I am in love with it, with the future and the wonderfulness. That is good. I like that.
Legends of Tomorrow.
That's it. I am really enjoying that.
Well, that's where I was going with this. I was like, I haven't watched Arrow because I knew where the mid-season finale was going, and I was like, nope.
You noped out of that one?
Nope. I was such a nopetopus when it comes to that one.
I haven't heard that before. That's wonderful.
Have you not seen the gif of the octopus that just goes across the screen and goes, nope?
Probably. That was a while ago.
That's a nopetopus. So I haven't seen, but of course I've read all of the recaps of the most recent, Arrow episodes, because that's how I watch Arrow, because I didn't watch the first 3 seasons until they were all out.
Mm-hmm.
And I binged them.
Did you watch Gallivant?
No, I need to know. I
It
need
was
to.
so good.
I know it's Alan Menken, and it's pretty much the whole. It's pretty much.
It's wonderful. It has Detective Lassiter from
I know. I know.
And Tad Cooper. I believe in you, Tad Cooper.
I know. I need to
super believe in you.
But I also watched The Flash, Legend of Tomorrow, and Agent Carter.
Freaking love Agent Carter.
This week's episode?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my God, you're gonna have to text me when you do because
I don't think I've seen it yet. Give me
her backstory.
Nope, haven't seen it yet.
You need to see it and you need to text me because there's a lot of things that are like brought up and I'm just like, yes.
So stoked. I love that show so much. I'm so happy that they took it from miniseries to like, we're going to do this again because everybody freaking loved it.
I also love that they listened to Haley Atwell and being like, hi, we need diversity.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful. And Enver is amazing.
So good. Sorry, I'm just like basking in the wonderfulness that is that show. I'm watching Bachelor, which is my like, it's my turning my brain off, and Dance Moms is also my turning my brain off.
Oh, yeah. I watched Sense8 last month.
You finally watched it?
Yeah. It was really good. I'm really excited for season 2. Yeah, I watched it with the boy, like via, you know.
Yeah.
Because he was like, you need to see this. And I was like, I'm not feeling well. And he was like, we can watch it together via like this share thing. And I was like, sure.
Okay. Yes.
If I can sit here and knit and watch this with you, sure. And he was like, yes. And I was like, all right, let's do this.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
They're wonderful. I need more of them.
They're coming.
Well, I know. I'm just so excited.
How do you feel about Game of Thrones being pushed back, or were you not a Game of Thrones watcher?
April?
Yeah, it got pushed back by like 2 months or something from what it was last year when it started.
Oh, well, I mean, it always comes out after Easter or around Easter time, and Easter always changes. So, like, that's just my... And I haven't seen the most recent season. I need to watch that.
Girl.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, I haven't seen it, but I've read a bunch of recaps. So, and I've read the book, like I've read the stories, so I know.
Oh, you read the? I can't get through them. They're too detailed.
Let me put it this way. I've listened to the chapters of the people I like, and I've read the wikis in between.
Sounds about right.
I mean, it's just so much. They're good books, and he writes well, but
That's the same reason I couldn't get through Tolkien, though. Like,
I listened to Tolkien.
Yeah, I've tried.
I listened to it, and it was still when I had the hour and a half each way, not counting traffic commute.
That makes life
right after college.
Yeah.
And I also had Emily and Sarah on speed dial because they took the Tolkien class, and I was like, I'm not getting it.
I don't understand what's going on.
Part.
Oh yeah, and they can tell you like what's important, what's
exactly.
not.
And like I was like, you need to tell me when Shelob is happening because I cannot be listening.
That's the giant spider, right?
Yeah. I was like, I cannot be in the car listening to that. I can't even watch it on TV unless we watch it during the daytime because I'm arachnophobic. And
so Jurassic World is playing in my museum now, and I can actually go and see those movies because I'm not stuck in the tower all the time. And but they're playing Jurassic World, and I'm like, I want to see this movie, but I am not seeing it here because I need to sit in daylight. And
all the shades open, all the lights on. Yep.
I'm a baby.
I am too. Don't worry, you're in good company. So and then I think that's about it. I mean, other than we have a what's in your mug section, but I mean, it's been pretty obvious. I've been drinking not out of a mug. It's Strongbow.
Yeah, I'm not even drinking.
I can drink
at all.
It's okay.
I don't know where my cup of water is. It's somewhere.
It's okay.
Too distracted by
your paper flowers. They're
really important. I need to get them done. I need to have them done for tomorrow.
Yes. Oh, yes, because Janine does not get regular weekends. She works
Yes, that is a good
Thursday
point.
through
Right.
Monday, and her weekends are Tuesday and Wednesday, whereas
Yes. But it's
I
very
work a traditional work week, Monday through Friday, and had Saturday and Sunday off.
Yeah, I'm very excited though that I actually have a weekend now. It has involved wonderful things like going and trampolining with people from work. And last night wasn't weekend, but last night I went to like the art museum for their adult night.
Fun.
And just like having slight amounts of disposable income and things to do is exciting.
That's good.
And next week, so like 4 days from now, Tuesday, is the like late night at my local yarn shop.
Nice.
And I've convinced 4 people from work, like, so 4 of us are gonna go.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna be like the young hooligans.
Totally fun.
And the place is called Sip and Knit, so like it's wine and knitting, so it's gonna be wonderful. Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, I haven't been to my local yarn shop in a while, and I feel kind of bad about it because I didn't go this past Wednesday because I wasn't feeling well.
Oh yeah.
Because they have been open at night once a month on the first Wednesday, and I was just like, I don't feel well. So I'm gonna definitely try and go because she has a Super Bowl sale, so I'm gonna try and go this Sunday.
I want to buy lots of little skeins of sock weight yarn because I bought the hexapuff pattern, and I want to make all of the hex puffs.
You want me to start sending you packages of like 10 grams if I have like 10
Do you like how like wide my grin just went? Yes, that would be amazing. I also would like your input on, I'm not going to get the full set, but like my interchangeables that I have are just like the cord on them is not useful.
What interchangeables
small stuff. I just got the like, what is it, Patents, whatever the like Lion brand one is.
Oh, okay.
The cord on it is just horrible. It's fine for bigger stuff, but when I'm trying to do little stuff, it's not great. So I want to get like a starter set.
Sets. I have my wooden ones. I have these actually. These are the 5s. They're the knitters.
Yeah, I would definitely be like leaning towards wooden ones, and then
eventually get a metal set. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I think like maybe starting with one of the like baby starter sets instead of the like.
Well, I got the full set only because I got it for Christmas, and then my grandmother like augmented with the double pointeds for the lower set, and then bought me the tips for the higher numbers because she's like, you need a full set because I come from a long line of crafters.
Oh yeah, I have quite the heritage. My mom's Etsy shop was like Harry Potter cloaks for 18-inch dolls and little suits for boys who are in weddings and bow ties. Yeah, I think that's mostly
my mother just knits sweaters all the time. My best one of our friends from college, my best friend from college, got married a month and a half ago. Yeah, just about a month and a half ago. And my mother knit her skirt that she wore in 3 months.
Of course she did.
And then she also knit the top she wore in like 2 weeks.
That's a lot of wool.
The skirt was like a wool silk blend, I think.
Okay.
And then the top was like stellina. It was fingering weight, and it was. And I mean, this was December in Philly on a weekend.
That's
so
true.
Remember how December up here, you wouldn't remember, but up here, it was 60 degrees, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 30 degrees, different weekends. Of course, she got married on one of the 30-degree weekends.
Of course. That's how it was here, except for instead of 60 and 30, it was like 70 and 60. No, maybe more, 80 and 50.
Like 50, yeah. 80 and 50, something like that. But yeah, so we both come from crafters. But I like my Knitter's Pride. I have the Dreams set.
Okay, I'm writing this down.
I'll text it to you.
Okay.
But I have the Haya metal sharps full set too, which I also like. But my first set, I got it 2013, Christmas of 2013, and I love them. I've bought extra tips for them. I've bought all kinds of cables for them. I love my Knitter's Pride. So until they die on me, I think they're gonna so pretty. You know, I think these are my standards that I go for unless I know that I want to use my metal ones. Like for my grandfather's sleeves, those I'm using my Hayas because it's cables on worsted weight yarn, and it's and I don't want to split the stitches, and so I just want sharp needles. And then I have a few other projects that I definitely go for metal needles over wooden ones. But like socks, actually most of my socks I've knit have been on wooden ones. But I mean, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another.
Right.
Right. But I think that just about wraps up our conversations.
Yes.
And I think we've been talking for just about an hour, and I think that's a good place to stop for our first.
Excellent.
And I look forward to seeing you all again the next time we upload.
Yay! All right, bye.
Bye.